Hey, welcome back ladies and gents with my pack review of the player of the week. So we're going to start off with this man here, Lewandowski. So here's a goal poacher, and in my opinion he is way better than Haaland. Just looking at his balance, 75, but more importantly, he's got offensive awareness, which is 90, which is very, very high, meaning he's going to avoid the offside trap. He's got great finishing, kicking power and jumping, so he can do it all. He's even got 85 for heading as well. So on the ground, in the air, he's an absolute beast. The only thing I would say is, like, if you're looking to cross the ball into someone, goal poacher isn't the best role for that. Fox in the box, after I've tested numerous times, is a much better role. Or target man. But I think Fox in the box tends to get on the end of crosses far more often. If we look at his player skills, heading is nice to have. It's a bit of a shame he hasn't got aerial superiority, because I think he is pretty good in the air. But his jumping is 84, so it kind of makes up for that. First time shot. He is a super sub as well, so if you want to boost those stats, you can bring him on as a sub, which is a nice little option. I'm not sure why he's got that role, to be honest, because he usually plays most of the matches and starts in the first team lineup. Acrobatic finishing, chip control are also nice to have. Tadic, very, very nice right wing forward player, but he can literally play anywhere. Just look at the map in the top right hand corner. You can see he can play pretty much any of the offensive positions, even left and right midfield forwards as well. And he's got really good stats across the board. Quite an easy recommendation, this one. He's got a decent balance as well, so he's going to retain possession of the ball. He's got through passing, weighted passing, pinpoint crossing. The only thing he does lack for me personally is one-touch passing, but I think, if you're going to play him in an advanced area of the pitch, then it's not going to matter too much, because he has, like I said, got pinpoint crossing if you're going to play him in the wide areas. So definitely a nice little tidy player there. Handanovic, fantastic goalkeeping awareness and reflexes and parrying. His reach is a little bit low for my liking, which is 80, and obviously you can't level up these players, but if you haven't got a decent goalkeeper, then it would be hard to not recommend this guy. He's got high punt, long throw and penalty saver as his player skills. Gako, so he's a cross specialist, plays for PSV. He plays on the left side. He can play left wing forward or left midfield, and he's got a form rating A. He's pretty quick, 86 acceleration, 84 speed and 84 dribbling, so he's going to feel very, very nice in this game. His balance is 76, which is a little bit low, so he can get muscled off the ball quite easily, but he has got really good end product with 83 lofted pass and 82 for curling, and he's also got a little bit of finishing as well, 78, and because he's right footed, it does mean he's an inverted winger, so he can cut inside and score the odd goal for you. Lacroix, so if we look at this defender, he's a centre back, 91 rated, but most of his points are in jumping and physical contact and speed. His acceleration is okay, so he's going to be able to get back quite easily, but for me personally, his defensive awareness and defensive engagement are far too low for a defender. Hard to recommend this guy, but just take a look at his playing skills: heading, man marking, interception, blocker, aerial superiority and acrobatic clearance. So he's going to be good at clearing the ball, defending in general, but you may find a Romario or someone with high offensive awareness like Lewandowski that we saw earlier is going to run off the back of him, and he's probably going to let in players in behind with balls over the top for sure. Jose Angel Carmona, he is a defensive fullback. He's pretty quick, etc. in terms of acceleration and speed, good jumping, but going forward, he's not really the type for me personally, because he's only got 75 for lofted pass and 69 for curling. His defensive awareness is kind of low as well as a defensive fullback, but he has got decent defensive engagement. Tackling isn't all that important in my opinion, but if we look at his player skills, one-touch passing, interception, aerial superiority, acrobatic clearance, great for dealing with crosses, because he is quite tall as well, 183 centimeters for a fullback, but he doesn't have blocker or pinpoint crossing, so going forward he's not going to be all that effective. De Paul, very, very nice little tidy player here. There are better players out there in my opinion, but he's very, very nicely well rounded. He isn't all that good defensively, but offensively, in terms of taking the ball, first touch, passing, he's going to be very, very solid there. Decent finishing as well, 77 for a midfielder, and he's got plenty of stamina as well, so with 85 you wouldn't expect to sub him all that often. One touch passing, through passing, weighted passing, pinpoint crossing, low lofted pass is all really, really good to have, so as a midfielder. An easy recommendation. He's even got double touch and soul control, so when you use the finesse dribbling, you're going to get the benefits of the soul control. Next up is Rodrigo for Real Madrid. So if we just take a look at his player stats, he's pretty quick, 88 acceleration, 86 speed. He's also got decent dribbling as well to match his speed. I always find like if the dribbling matches the speed, that's a real nice area to have it. In terms of his ball control, great at receiving the ball, tight possession, that's perfect. What I would say is probably more of a finishing winger rather than a crossing winger, and we're going to look at that in a minute. But look at his low pass, 79. His lofted pass is 75. His curl is 78. Those are okay, but his finishing is much better, 82. So I would expect to sort of bring him in, cut him off the wing, maybe play him as the left wing forward instead of a right wing forward, because he is right footed. So you get that inverted winger cutting inside and scoring a few odd goals here and there. His kicking power is pretty decent as well, being 78. So expect to score quite a few cutting in off that side. He's got high balance, making it harder to get him off the ball. But look at his player skills. Scissor feint, double touch, flip flap, soul control. Really nice to have as a skiller in my opinion. But for his acrobatic finishing, first time shot, those are great. And through passing is certainly nice to have in off that wing, be able to feed a striker. But what I would say is he lacks or one touch pass, and he also lacks the ability of pinpoint crossing. So that's what I said. Use him as an attacking winger on that left hand side who can cut in and score. Beto, so 194 centimeters tall. Now he looks really good up till a point. So he's a really quick striker. He's great in the air. He's really tall, 194 centimeters like I said. Finishing, heading, 86. Offensive awareness, 83. That's great. He is a goal poacher though. And that's where it falls down for me a little bit, because I find Fox in the box much better, like I said, for crossing. But look at his balance, 66. That is really low for a striker of this caliber. If we look at his player skills, heading, aerial superiority are very nice to have when you're attacking balls into the box. But I would just say goal poacher is okay. Certainly early crosses are the way to go, I find, with goal poachers from a deeper lying position when you're crossing the ball. But he will score the odd goal from crosses for sure. That's probably the best way you're going to get the most out of him, with that aerial superiority. He is a super sub as well, so it gives you a nice option, perhaps something different to the strikers you've already got. Pedro Goncalves, hopefully I pronounced his name right, I'm sure I did not. And for me, he is even better than DePaul, because he's got really good finishing. All his stats are very nice across the board, even defensive engagement. He's got great balance, stamina, kicking power. Honestly, this has got to be one of the top picks in this pack. He can play right wing forward, he can play central midfield, he can play attack midfield, very comfortable, and he doesn't really lack anything. If we just take a look at his player skills, double touch is nice to have, as is the Marseille turn. First time shot, through passing, but again missing that one touch passing, which is a bit of a shame. But he's got gamesmanship, so he can draw the odd foul here and there. And finally, Badiashile. So he is a centre back who plays for Monaco, and he's massive, absolutely massive. 194 centimeters tall. He's got really good physical contact. He's pretty quick, 74 acceleration, 76 speed. But again, his defensive awareness is only 79 and his defensive engagement is only 78. So it is a little bit harder to recommend him, because again, those top strikers are just going to run off him. But he has got aerial superiority, interception, man marking, and heading, and he is a form rating of A. So my recommendations would obviously be Lewandowski, DePaul, Pedro, and Gakpo. I think those are the top picks. If you haven't got a goalkeeper, then Handanovic is your man. But those are my top picks out of the lot. So let me know down in the comments which of these players you rolled for. I know you can do an event to get a free roll of one of these players. So it'd be interesting to hear who you got, what they're like. Let me know what you think of those players. Anyway, that's pretty much for me, ladies and gents. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.